One of the Northern Territory's most prominent Aboriginal arts centres is expected to be put under special administration by the federal government's Indigenous corporation's watchdog. Based in a remote Western Arnhem Land community, Injalak Arts has got into financial trouble over trying to develop two major projects. Indigenous artists across the Northern Territory are hoping a special administrator will stop the organisation from collapsing.
For 30 years, Injalak Arts in Gunbalanya has been one of the Territory's most successful Indigenous arts centres, with $1 million annual turnover. But it's become mired in deep debt, and its board have now asked the federal government watchdog ORIC to put it into special administration.
It's pretty disappointing, and the reason I say that is that the federal government gave them a substantial amount of funding to set this up.
The trouble started when the federal government gave Injalak $1.2 million for an overhaul of the arts centre. Costs to build a new screen print workshop and cafe blew out to $2 million. Now there's no money to complete the project or pay builders what they're owed. Local artists say they're also struggling to get paid for artworks.
It's very high importance to get the Injalak up and running again and to the local people.
Injalak's finances also suffered from its decision to open a Darwin art gallery, Provenance Arts, last year. The gallery refurbishing costs also massively blew out. Then the gallery failed to secure money under the Territory Government's $10 million Indigenous Art Trail tourism plan.
It's been really stressful. I'm pretty concerned.
Injalak's manager has now resigned, criticising Territory Government dithering over the art trail funding.
You've got to ask the question, what has the Territory Government done to help them out?
First and foremost, our concern has been around making sure that they do get back on track around their governance and their financial position.
The Territory Government says it will offer support if the project debts are addressed under special administration.
I think that they will be able to work through these issues. I also think the federal government does understand how urgent and pressing this matter is.
ORIC has to make sure they've got the right administrative structures in place to ensure that we're not just throwing good money after bad.
The future of Injalak Arts is important not just to Gunbalanya artists, but to those working for the 28 other remote art centres, which have benefited from having a city outlet to sell their work in the heart of Darwin. Jane Bardon, ABC News.